Okay, tonight we have on SEN Broncos taking on the Rabbitohs live from Suncorp Stadium. Drury Forbes, Scotty Sattler, Andrew McCulloch with the call from 7 p.m. You can catch that, of course, through your SEN network. But here's the big news, Jai Arrow injury news update. Did you catch the comments of this from Jason Demetrio?
No.
No. Okay, it was played earlier today on SEN. Now, Rabbitohs coach Jason Demetrio expects representative forward Jai Arrow to play again this season, despite requiring surgery on a shoulder injury. Arrow suffered the injury in the 2024 season opener in Las Vegas, but reports his season could be all over were wide of the mark, according to his coach. Now, he says this. He's got a rehab process over the next 3 or 4 weeks to strengthen his shoulder. I'm more than confident that he'll be back playing for the rest of the season. Now, what I heard early this morning on SEN was this, Sock. He said that many people have put off the surgery until the end of the year.
Yep.
And then, I thought, gee, this is a little subtle message to your forward. And he said, in fact, I waited 2 years to have mine.
so self-bruising.
So you'll be okay, champ. You'll be okay. Get a bit of concrete and let's go.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
But you could see he was in a bit of pain when they're playing in Vegas, and he's actually got you can see he's got the shoulder pads on underneath to protect, and that looked like he almost did his ankle. You can tell he's playing in a lot of pain. I've never done an AC joint, wouldn't know what that is, but I've heard it is extremely painful.
Certainly is.
Fingers crossed for the Bunnies because they will need him.
I went through this yesterday with Fletch. If you go, and you're a Bunnies man, if you go through the draw up till about round 11, you've got 2 buys, but it's a brutal charge for the Broncos. If they get it wrong tonight, they're 0-2 also, and they're taking on Penrith next week. So this is a critical game for both teams.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about it last week, Shug. You know, there were a lot of unanswered questions with South from the way they finished off last year.
Yep.
And, you know, I've had some texts in that we won't go through, but, you know, there's still a big question mark over South's defence. Could have leaked a lot more points during that game, and they're up against Brisbane, who's just so attacking and aggressive,
yep.
You know, and big up through the middle. So I'm really nervous. You know, I love the Bunnies, but I'm tipping the Broncos.
Okay, yes, and of course the disclaimer there, the soon-to-be father-in-law. Have you locked in a date yet?
We're sort of. Yeah, sort of. And we've had to arrange it around finals time for
Johnny.
For Johnny and Jake will be coming. Travojevic, just bruising myself as well because Lexi's best friends, obviously they're engaged now, Jake. So
when you say you've arranged it around finals period, you haven't booked it mid-September, have you?
I've booked it before they both make the top 8. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how that plays out. Panthers take on the Eels. Battle of the West should be a sellout at Penrith. I can tell you this, Socky. The last 5 years, Parramatta have won the first clash of the year 4 times. And the only loss they've in the local derby, when they've first met in each season, the only loss Parramatta have had to Penrith in their first encounter of each year was a field goal, 13-12. So they know how to start well in these local derbies.
This is the game of the round. I mean, there's a lot of exciting new teams and how they're shaping up. And as Shawnee said, a lot of upsets. But this is the one I can't wait to watch. Local derby, and it's always close.
Yep.
Great to
be a beauty.
Round 2. Yep.
Isaac Tungor. 3-year extension, locking the centre in until the end of 2028. So the Panthers have re-signed Isaac Tungor yesterday. He's only 21. He's won the last 2 grand finals, and he's only played 49 NRL games. So, of course, tomorrow night will be his 50th game, and he's also played 3 tests for Samoa. What an early career he's had. Now, Nathan Cleary had this to say on the re-signing of Isaac Tungor, and also, too, about the re-signing is giving a boost to his side leading into the big games.
Isaac has re-signed, and it's a monster deal. Have you asked him for any coffees yet?
No, I haven't, but obviously really stoked for him. You know, he's just one that you want to keep. Obviously, we've had our troubles keeping the guns coming through lately, so to be able to secure him for a while now, and, you know, he totally deserves it. He works so hard at his game. You know, I think he's only going to get better. I think it's easy to forget how young he is, and, you know, just his work ethic and willingness to be a part of the team and improve is something that's not overlooked, so very happy for him. Just his work ethic, his willingness to get better, how professional he is around sort of his health and just the game in general, and how young he is. Like, he's just, I think he's only going to get better. He's just scratching the surface at the moment, and it's a really exciting prospect for him, and I'm just stoked for him.
Okay, there you go. So that's about Isaac Tungor and the young signings coming through. But there's a massive matchup tomorrow night. It is Nathan Cleary coming up against Mitch Moses. Big game. Here's what Nathan Cleary had to say about Mitchell Moses.
Yeah, he's a great player. I always enjoyed coming up against him. I think particularly over the last few years, his game's just growing. He's played Origin now as well and done really well at that stage too. So looking forward to coming up against him again this weekend. It's always a great battle, I really rate him too.
Is there genuine respect there, Nathan, or is there a bit of reverse psychology going on here? Build them both up and down.
No, I think there is a mutual respect. I definitely have respect for him. I'm not into playing those mind games and stuff like that. But once you get out on the field, it'll be rivals, and I'll be doing my best to get it over him and get the win. But there's definitely respect there for him. I got respect for most halfbacks in the NRL. It's not the easiest of gigs, but he's at the top of the tree. So
The top of the tree.
Well, he's up there, yeah.
Who's at the top?
I don't know.
Just on Nathan Cleary, he is the top of the tree. There's no argument about that. What's his comparison? If he retired right now, Nathan Cleary, where does he land? And people are going to say internationals, Origin, premierships.
Yeah, all that.
But where is he, say, compared to a Ricky Stewart?
Yeah.
Where is he compared to? Who else is up there? To a Brett Kamali. Where is he?
Look, I think he's the great, but people will always argue and have a great conversation around it. His record of playing for Australia, Joey Johns, and all the rest of it with the team that he's had. But I just love his humility. So all that aside, 3 premierships on the bounce. I think he's still got room to improve. Retiring at the end of the day, he'd be right up there, top. He'd be right at the top of the tree, and I think I'd be with him. I don't know, mount an argument for some of the great halfbacks, but he's not done yet. And I think when he is done, he will be, the greatest halfback that's ever played. That's just my opinion.
He could be right.
Where do you think, Shug?
Well, I don't know where he is in the history of the game, but he's on his way.
No disrespect to any halfback that's played the game, and I'm just saying in the modern day game, I don't think I've seen many better.
Well, put it this way: the only way I would answer it is he has to be going as good as anyone else at the same age. At the same age, he has to be on par to being as good as anyone else, I think. Anyway, time for me to come up with, I was peer pressured into this, by the way.
Good segue this.
Yeah, Brooksy said, can you give us your top 7 number 7s? And the only thing that you know about lists, Socky, is that when anyone publishes a list, the eyes will be picked out of it and people will tell you why you're wrong. Anyway, here's why my list could be wrong, could be right, but it's my top 7 number 7s in the National Rugby League right now. Number 7, Adam Reynolds. Adam Reynolds for the Broncos. Fine player. Superb cattle around him. He has to be inside my top 7.
Why though? Why? Just
why he's high or low?
Yeah, just why? So, but he's in your top 7. So, what do you like about him? Is it his
just
durability,
the control,
and the move from Souths. Won a play 2014. They won a premiership, and now he's moved there and basically reinvigorated that team.
Yeah, I'm talking about now, not their best ever in their career. I just think right now he's the number 7. Number 7.
Got
it. Number 6, Sean Johnson.
Yep.
Sean Johnson, the way he leads the Warriors team. Number 5, Jerome Hughes. Number 6,
which we've already said,
Mitchell Moses.
No, you've said.
Oh, sorry. Number 4, Mitchell Moses. Number 4, Mitchell Moses. Number 3, Nico Hines.
Okay.
Number 2, Daly Cherry Evans.
Yep.
And top of the tree, Nathan Cleary. There are some, you can't fit them all in. Maybe you've picked up on who has been left out, but unfortunately you can't put them all in. And that's mine. Just repeating, Reynolds number 7, Sean Johnson number 6, Jerome Hughes number 5, Mitch Moses number 4, Nico Hines number 3, Daly Cherry Evans number 2, Nathan Cleary number 1. Lachlan Galvin, will he make that list one day? Well, Lachlan Galvin is set to make his NRL debut this week in Canberra. 2022 Harold Matthews winner with the Magpies. 2023 Australian Schoolboys he played and led Westfield's High to National Schoolboys Cup win. So he does have wins that follow him. And I love seeing that in a junior. He won the Harold Matthews. He was an Australian schoolboy. He won the National Schoolboys Cup. He signed a 3-year deal with the West Tigers. And Benji Marshall, the coach who's given his debut, also debuted in 2003 as an 18-year-old. Here's Appy Coruscant on Lachlan Galvin.
think he's just a natural footballer, really. Quite a tall kid, but moves really well and quite silky. So.
Does he talk much?
Off the field, no, not at all. On the field, he's actually quite good. He's really loud. He screams for the ball, and for being like an 18-year-old kid, it's really impressive. Any halfback in the game knows they need to be loud and they need to speak. And the fact that you're 18 years old in your first pre-season, I think it makes it all the more intimidating. So for the fact that he's doing so well with it, I'm looking forward to the game. Look, he's a gun, really. I think he's shown it all through his juniors, and obviously, he was playing against younger men there, but. Now it's coming to the real stage, but he's one of those guys that's just natural at rugby league, and I'm sure he'll carry that into this weekend as well.
Happy Coruscant on young Lachlan Galvin. We wish him all the best. It's a huge milestone getting to play your debut down there in Canberra. All the best to Lachlan Galvin. Now,